Lady Bird is written and directed by Greta Gerwig and stars Saoirse Ronan, Laurie Metcalf, Lucas Hedges, Timothy Chalamet, and Stephen McKinley Henderson. Ronan plays Christine, who wants to be called Lady Bird, an atypical 17-year-old girl living in Sacramento, California, with her incredibly dysfunctional family. She goes to a devout Catholic school, wants to study at incredibly high intellectual places on the East Coast. She thinks and wants to learn about new things that she probably might not be that good at, and at the same time she has her mother, played by Laurie Metcalf, always there to support her, but also to criticize her and to push and pull. Lady Bird, to a lot of people, is just going to feel like another one of those Oscar movies. Yes, it's an indie movie, and sometimes it can feel little bits like other indie movies, just the way that it's written. It's very quippy, it's very witty, there's lots of one-liners, there's lots of, weird interactions with people that are also meant to be real. And Lady Bird, for me, I didn't really understand particularly what the story was meant to be for the first 2/3. It just keeps doing so many different things that normally with other movies it would bank really hard on, like a dysfunctional family and the fact that it's set just after 9/11, so there's a bit of paranoia out there, and there's, teenage sex and drug use and all these different things other movies would really want to go really hard into. Lady Bird just kind of does all of them. But when you hit that climax and the movie starts to wrap up and starts to get to those big emotional points, then everything really falls into perspective. Everything you've just seen really becomes much, much clearer. While yes, Lady Bird is mainly about the character of Lady Bird becoming a woman, the conflict that is pushing her and the real focus behind everything is her relationship with her mother. And it's presented in this incredibly real way. I stay with my friend Allison over in America, and she lives with her mother. And while I was watching this movie, I kept thinking, I know that. I've seen Allison and her mother talking exactly the same way. And I think a lot of people who go out to see this movie, if you are a daughter or if you are a mother to a daughter, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. There's these quick changes between comedy and drama. There are so many ways that Greta Gerwig has wanted to explore this relationship, and she does it perfectly. The fact that this is her directorial debut is astonishing. She gets fantastic performances out of all of her actors, particularly from Saoirse Ronan and Laurie Metcalf. They gave two of the best performances I've seen out of this Oscar period, even out of all of 2017 as a movie year. She fits all of the pieces into the story in that nice, neat perspective once you figure out what the story is meant to be. She uses music and editing and camera work all so well together to really emphasize particular moods of the scenes. The way the movie's edited is incredible. It's just so fast paced. It's meant to just throw you into this life where you don't really have too much time to breathe until you hit that climax and you hit those really big emotional points, and it starts to mean something much, much deeper. And something else I really want to praise is John Bryan's music. I've been a huge fan of his scores, in particular Magnolia and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. And here, he is just as eclectic. He is just as weird. He likes to use these different organ notes, but they all work perfectly. There is so much of Lady Bird that I absolutely loved. It really has affected me long after I've seen it. I thought about so many different things that the movie was communicating to me. I never expected that I would deeply care about this mother-daughter relationship. I did not expect some pretty big parallels to my own education in a Catholic school. There's so much of Lady Bird that is just so perfectly executed. It is one of the most astonishing, most quietly affecting, in a lot of scenes, an incredibly funny movie, but also out of everything, it is an incredibly real experience. It's bold, it's ambitious. Saoirse Ronan, Laurie Metcalf, and Greta Gerwig have all done an amazing job in all of their respective fields, and I would highly recommend that you go out and see Lady Bird. So Lady Bird, have you seen it? Please tell me what you think about it in the comments below. There are going to be videos linked down here or one over there. For more Mr. Movies, please press my little face right there. Thanks for watching.